proud of that.
What is up, fanboys and fangirls? Hey, Mom. Welcome back to another episode of the What the Fanboy Podcast. My name is Luke, and I'm joined by my friend right here, Mr.
What's up, fanboys and fangirls? I'm Chris Acker.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Doing it live. Hi, Julie. And beside me here is the one and only Mr. Tyler Davis.
Hi.
Lots of misters getting thrown around today.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a mister, though. And also to my left, the beautiful Brett Eitzen.
Thanks. I've
Always
accepted
beautiful.
the challenge of
Being beautiful every week?
dressing up every week until you stop calling me beautiful.
It's never going to happen.
Well, I can't stop calling... Never mind. All right. I'm going to show up in a suit and upstage you. That's what I'm going to do.
That would make me sad.
No, you won't.
Is that a bet?
Yes, prove me wrong.
Okay. I will prove you
Wear
wrong.
a suit.
I
Next
will.
week, What the Fanboy Black Tie Edition.
Nope, just me.
No, I'm not doing that.
Just me.
I don't have a suit, so that's why I'm not doing it. I have a tux, but I'm not
So-
wearing that.
Anyways.
Quick technical note. If you guys, we messed around with the audio levels a lot because we heard that last week's episode was a little quiet.
Sorry about that.
Nope. So let us know in the
Brett broke
comments how we're doing. We tested out and we think it's good, but let us know.
It's a work in progress. Moving target.
Indeed. Oh, I should.
Chat
Chris is our chat monitor
is
tonight.
booming now because Chris is in there.
So if you see anything from any of us, it will be Chris speaking for us.
Awesome.
I'm on my own profile. Christopher Acker in the chat. That's me. So you can...
In case you
Hit us
couldn't
up.
tell.
Noticed you put your name as Christopher, so I'm guessing you're your own best friend.
I just realized that we now have hashtag Twitterless Chris
Yeah.
on our banner.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of this decision. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
Tweet at me. Oh, wait.
Just use the hashtag Twitterless We'll find it.
We'll sort through any others.
I like the
that
idea
aren't
of
relevant.
just all of Twitter being my Twitter platform. Just if you want to tweet at me, you just have to use Twitter in general. You can't tweet directly at me.
Yeah.
Well, I guess while we start this thing and wait for people to kind of join us, why don't we all talk about what we've been doing this week? Anybody dying to let everybody know what they're doing or have been doing?
So this week, I started watching My Hero Academia at the suggestion of JT, and it's pretty great. It's funny, and I like the characters so far. Not very far into it, but I'm enjoying it.
I was just looking
Nice.
at you because you're typing really loud.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
I'm engaging our audience.
okay. Okay.
I appreciate that. I watched a few things. Watched Game Night finally.
Oh,
what'd you think?
So good.
It's so good.
Yes.
Doesn't that give you a lot of faith for the Flash movie?
Yeah. I'm excited. That was a good movie. So
Yeah.
and
Watch Game Night. It's really good.
I also watched on Netflix 2 Godzilla movies,
Oh, those
The animated
the
one?
animated,
the
ones?
animated ones, and they're very Japanese, and I approve. It's fine. I thought they were. They definitely weren't Western, and that's okay.
What would you rate it on
Yeah,
a scale?
On the fanboy scale, what are they?
Matthew McConaughey.
Okay.
All right.
They're all right.
We might have to figure out what to do with that if something's on a streaming service, but we want to give it a straight,
Straight
to
to
streaming.
streaming.
I'll give it a straight to streaming because it's a streamable something.
I've also, as usual, been playing lots of Destiny 2, and shout out to my raid team, who we beat Prestige Argos this week. That was pretty fun. So
Nice.
lots of very difficult modifiers, but way more doable than last week.
Is that what I was watching you do when I came
Were you
over?
streaming? Oh.
No.
No, I was
don't
watching him
remember
in
what
person. The old
What you were
school way.
watching me do. Don't
We're
remember.
fighting the son of the Taken King.
Oh, no, that was just a strike. Knockrick.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
Knockrick, the necromancer.
Such an
I don't know
overlooked
anything about
part.
Destiny because I haven't played Destiny 2. I'm sorry.
I played some of Destiny 1. That was it.
Hey, yeah, we played that together.
we both stopped because we were both like, it's fine. So I did two things. One, I've been wanting to read for a really long time. I read Jeff Johns' Green Lantern Rebirth that came out in 2004. Jeff Johns wrote it, and Ethan, what's his last name? Ethan Van Sciver, I don't know how to pronounce it, did the art. It's really good. It explains a lot of stuff about...
Keep going. You're fine.
Whispering over there.
Yeah, we're talking technical things.
Yeah, we're talking technical.
It explains a lot within like the Green Lantern mythos. Like it explains why Green Lanterns can't do anything against something that's yellow. The color yellow has always been their weakness, but like if they had to catch like a yellow ball, they couldn't do it or something. And it explains that. It goes into a lot of why Hal became Parallax, and you get to really enjoy Hal Jordan mixed with Parallax, but also mixed with the Spectre. And it is pretty crazy. I really enjoyed seeing the Spectre take some people out because he's a psychopath. The other thing I did, I don't know how I ended up watching this, but it was recommended to me on Amazon Prime out of nowhere. And you know the reference that probably nobody understands in Ready Player One, where he puts on the suit and H is like, Buckaroo Banzai, the suit from your favorite movie?
Yeah.
I watched that movie.
How was that?
It's great. It's probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. So the movie isn't called Buckaroo Banzai. The title of the movie is messed it up on first word. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension.
All right.
And the cast is like really good. Jeff Goldblum's in it. He dresses like a cowboy the whole time. Like
That sounds about right.
Is this Chester show?
I don't think so. But he's got some really hairy chaps, like giant ones. Like, oh, it's weird looking. He's got this red shirt and this giant hat. But like Peter Weller, who was RoboCop, was in it. Clancy Brown. Who else? Christopher Lloyd, John Lithgow. The cast is insane for this movie, and I don't know how to explain it. It's this dude who everybody loves. Like, he's on talking terms with the president. He's a neurosurgeon who got tired of his boring life and learned kung fu and how to do particle physics, and has this jet car that he drives through a portal in a mountain, and aliens are trying to take over the earth. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. It is awesome. I definitely give it a fanboy worthy. If you like Big Trouble in Little China, you'll like this movie. It's made by the same guy. And if you don't want to watch the movie, just watch the credits at the end, because that alone is worth it. Best credits I've ever seen in my life.
All right.
Like I need to watch it. You need to come
Like,
over and give me your login so I can watch it.
It honestly makes, like, sometimes just makes no sense, but you just go with it. It's super dumb, but it's a ton of fun. I kind of want to watch it again, so I might have to watch it with you.
Sounds good to me. I'm in. I watched, I think 5 movies. I keep wanting to say 6, but I think I watched Homecoming before our last episode. So I watched Black Panther, still really good. I watched The Greatest Showman, still a good movie. I watched Fallout. I watched Happy Gilmore, which is a great
love
movie.
that movie.
And there's one other one that I watched. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Our audience member might remember. No. If I remember it, I'll yell it later. But I watched a bunch of movies this week with my brother and sister.
No new ones, all ones you've seen before.
Except for Fallout.
Oh,
Except for Fallout,
Sure,
yeah.
sure. Obviously.
Yeah. I think so. But it was great. It was nice to kind of just chill and watch movies. I haven't done that in a while. So Always a good time. And Happy Gilmore is just as good as I remember. I tried to sway him to watch The Waterboy, but
Happy Gilmore is probably
Classic.
my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
they chose that one. But
Waterboy's right up there for me.
The Waterboy's so good.
Man,
good.
he is gone downhill.
High quality H2O. Is
Oh,
that
and I watched 4 episodes of Last Chance U on Netflix. They are at Independence Community College in Kansas this year.
Yeah.
And it is, if you want to know how to not coach football, watch it, because their coach is kind of ridiculous in the way he handles things. So,
you know
he's intense though.
Sorry. You know it's something that I almost did. I was looking for something to watch on Netflix, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch the 6th season of Arrow. Hit play, and I was like, I don't want to watch this, so I backed out.
Oh, man.
Something in me just won't
Man.
let me watch that show for some reason. And I like Arrow, which is the crazy thing.
I think you'll end up watching it eventually.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I also watched the first 2 episodes of Dark on Netflix.
Ooh.
It's
Is that the German show?
Yes.
Okay, I remember I was telling you to watch it, I think, a while back.
yeah, and pretty much everything I've heard is to watch it with the subtitles in German because the dub is kind of rough.
Dub is terrible.
So that's how I'm watching it. I understand a little bit of German, but not enough to watch it without the subtitles. And then, yeah, so far it's really good. I can only watch 1 episode a night because I can't start watching it until late. And if I watch too many, then I won't go to sleep because it will scare me too much.
Is it a horror show?
No, but it has some scary elements.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm a big old baby. But so far I'm really liking it. The cinematography is beautiful. Like, it is a beautifully shot show. It's great.
Yeah. I think the best way to describe it would be a more mature Stranger Things is like the kind of scary that it is.
Okay.
I think that's a safe way to
Yeah.
describe it.
And then I also watched a little bit of The Handmaid's Tale because I've heard so many good things about it. And I found the first episode to be pretty boring, but I'm going to try and get through it because I've heard so many good things about it, especially about season 2. So I'm just going to try and get there. And yeah, that's what I did this week.
Good man.
Nice. Should we head into news? Or is everybody
Yeah.
talking about okay?
I'm done.
All right, let's get the news going.
I was trying to count the movies on my hand again, so sorry if I'm staring down at the ground.
Keep thinking. So this week, I was pretty happy because I've been waiting for this announcement. They announced Altered Carbon season 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's something else I did. I just finished rewatching the first season, and then right when I finished it, they announced season 2, and the lead this season is going to be Anthony Mackie. If you don't know who that is, that's the Falcon in the MCU. So
Or Papa Doc in 8 Mile, if you're counting.
But I'm really excited for that. I really, really enjoyed watching that show. So, and also, if you're like, why are they recasting? You have to watch the show to understand why they do
That's
that.
what I keep saying
you
on
haven't
Twitter.
seen Altered Carbon.
Yeah. Nobody's body is really their own in that show, so you can be anybody.
Yeah.
Especially since Joel Kinnaman was the lead in that show, and he's technically supposed to be Japanese. He's also Japanese in the show in flashbacks, but not in present day.
I need
Chris?
to watch it.
So there's been some announcements about Microsoft's next generation of consoles.
Xbox.
And
Xbox.
notice how I
2.
said next generation of consoles, not next gen console. Because there's going to be 2 of them.
The Xbox 2.
So this is, some big news. I wasn't expecting this much news about next gen consoles yet. I mean, we really don't have much news. We don't have any specs or anything like that.
Yeah, nothing's crazy. Like nothing's confirmed. This is all some internal leaks, but
Yeah, but so there's been leaks that there will be 2 next-gen consoles.
Yeah.
One will be a traditional gaming console, like the Xbox One, maybe the Xbox 2 or something along those lines. And then the other will be a more of a streaming device, So to me, it sounds very similar to something like the NVIDIA Shield TV, which can stream games from their cloud service. And it can stream most modern games. So it's the NVIDIA Shield. So it's definitely a viable platform.
Yeah, and with Microsoft's money, you know, they can invest in the back end hardware to make sure that you have super low latency and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My guess is that they're aiming for like a $500 high end console and a $200 streaming device.
Yeah, they want something that they can get out to the masses that, you know, everyone will buy, have in their living room. Like, try and maybe catch some of that same fire that maybe like something like the Wii had. And then also have something for, you know, the hardcore gaming demographic that wants, you know, the most frames per second, the highest resolution they can get. Whereas that's something that, you know, might not matter to everybody. So I think it's smart to split it into two different consoles.
Yep.
Some other quick things. Andy Serkis was making his own Jungle Book movie, Mowgli, and it's going to be super dark. And there's a trailer, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I remembered seeing
There's
that.
a trailer for this, and then this happened.
It's got an insane cast too.
Yeah. It's now going to be distributed by Netflix. So, know what that means to me? It's no good. Warner Brothers just cutting their losses, and Netflix is just going to be like, well, we have a bunch of subscribers that will tune in. So, that's just what I read from it. I like Andy Serkis, but
it's a have no faith move.
It's just, I mean, the Disney one just came out, and they're working on The Lion King and Jungle Book 2. It's just unfortunate that happened. It might be fine.
My guess is that Netflix is gunning for more high quality movies and is willing to pay out for something that's maybe it's not Disney caliber going to make $1 billion, but
it will draw in a crowd.
It will draw a crowd. And Warner Brothers is in a place right now that it could use the cash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that Netflix has had great TV shows. Their movies have kind of been where they've struggled. So they're trying to build out that aspect. But
I think I also saw that Netflix is planning on having a theatrical release for at least for the 3D version.
Okay.
So no guarantee on like the whole slate, but
I wish they'd just release more of their movies in theaters.
Yeah.
Like I would have seen The Fundamentals of Caring in theaters. That's their best movie. Have you guys seen that?
No.
I have not.
That movie is fantastic. It's Paul Rudd.
Okay, well,
I've seen the trailer and it looks really good.
Yeah, he like takes a
handicapped
kid on a road trip who wants to see this is the biggest thing in the world, like
it has
the biggest.
Selena Gomez in it.
Yeah, and she's really good in it too. Definitely check it out. It's really good. It's really funny.
I watched the trailer for it this past weekend, and I was like, that actually looks like a good movie.
And that was actually one of my. I think it came out in 2016.
Yep.
That was one of my favorite movies of that year. It was in my top 10.
Okay, it's on my list. So
yes,
I need to add it too.
Tyler, did you have any news?
I do. I was gonna let Luke go through his though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got one more quick one.
Is it quick or?
Yeah, it will be quick. After all these appeals and suings and arguings and shareholders crying to their mommies about money, Disney and Fox shareholders have finally agreed. So everything's now clear for the transition for all the X-Men and all of that to finally go back to Marvel. So we're good, everybody. We can finally have a Fantastic Four movie.
The assimilation has
Done
begun.
correctly. So I'm just kind of glad that that's all done because I'm tired of bringing that news story up. Okay, now I'm done.
I think it still has to pass one more set of
No.
more set of eyes, I believe, is what I read. But that's cool, I guess. Comcast came in, raised the price, and got out. True bidders war.
That was yeah.
We raise you $20 billion. What?
Like, I don't know.
Never mind. We're out. No.
I have two quick ones. Today, Patty Jenkins released the first look at Pedro Pascal in Wonder Woman 84. And he looks like a white politician. I think is the best way to describe him.
He looks weird.
He has blonde hair.
Yeah.
Like it's really strange looking. I don't know what to make of it.
I saw the tweet and this was my face. Sorry, podcast listeners, but I was just like,
yeah, I didn't understand it, but I'm sure it'll make more sense later. The other piece of news I have this weekend, August 3rd through August 6th, is the private beta for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 on PlayStation 4.
did you get in?
I did.
What?
Can you stream that?
Probably not.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if there's. We haven't. So
Send him an email.
my brother, who's sitting behind the camera right now, we have the digital code for the beta access, and we will be downloading the beta, and I will read the rules and let you know if we can stream it this weekend.
Don't break any embargo rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually a good way to get shut down. So, but I will report back if I can next week about how it is and what
I'm
it
excited
feels like.
to see what it.
Well, my brother will have the best review because he's going to play it all weekend.
15-second review.
How about
next week?
How about a
Yes.
little longer?
Hunter, you will be talking on next week's episode.
You don't
But-
have to be on camera. Let's hold the microphone over to you.
But that's all I have. Brett?
Okay. Yeah, so we got some big news in the world of Star Wars. We had some Episode 9 casting news. Big, I don't know, maybe not surprise, but...
Yeah, no surprises. Really. Like,
but-
there's one that maybe should have been a surprise, but I'm not.
Yeah. So Carrie Fisher is going to be in Episode 9 with unused footage from The Force Awakens. So they're not doing the Tarkin from Rogue One where they recreate her, and they're not doing like a look-alike. They're just using footage they already had. And there's a great quote from JJ that I really like, so I'm going to read it. "We desperately loved Carrie Fisher," Abrams said. "Finding a truly satisfying conclusion to the Skywalker saga without her eluded us. We were never going to recast or use a CG character. With the support and blessing from her daughter, Billy, we have found a way to honor Carrie's legacy and role as Leia in Episode 9 by using unseen footage we shot together in Episode 7. I think that's the best outcome and gets me the most excited.
Out
about
of
it.
the
Yeah.
options of having her in it, definitely the best one. The other two, I would have been like, no. This
Yeah.
one's okay.
Yeah. But I also didn't want them just to, like at the beginning.
Here's a funeral.
in the opening crawl, be like,
Leia
has died. Like, I don't want that either. I don't know. Other cast members, Mark Hamill's coming back. Probably Force Ghost is. Yeah, you know.
Time travel.
With new cast members, Naomi Ackie, Richard Grant, and Kerry Russell.
Carrie.
And Billy D. Williams, which we heard during Comic-Con, is coming back as Lando. Other movie news. Oh, Guardians cast had open letter to Disney about James Gunn.
It was a good letter.
It is a really good letter. I encourage you guys to go read it. You can
How to properly react to something.
Right. Oh, and that's what I appreciated most about it, was that it was more of a call for civility. I mean, it was definitely a call like, we want you to bring him back, but, you know, they're not being
They're not being jerks about
jerks
it.
about it. Yep. Oh, Movie Pass, guys.
It's not
The
going to
ship is
last.
sinking.
It's nearing its end.
This is why I didn't pay for the yearly subscription.
I feel really bad for anyone who bought a yearly subscription.
I would hope they'd reimburse them at least a little bit if they could.
With what?
I mean, what'll happen?
Take a loan out.
What'll happen is they won't. People will sue. They'll be forced to somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, chances are.
Class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
How long until you think it's under completely? Like a month?
What day is it? The 30th?
I give it 20 hours.
They have to start paying it back like August 2nd or something like that. The loan they took.
I don't think they make it through August.
And they they lied. Like blatantly lied about it. It's a technical glitch.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you don't know, They literally ran out of money on Thursday night. They said it was a technical thing where they couldn't, the transaction thing wasn't working. Not true. They just ran out of money.
I've had that problem before.
They filed for with the SEC, they filed for like an emergency loan of like $6 million or something like that.
Jeez Louise.
They got it, but because they had to file for it, everyone knows the reason why, and it's because they ran out of money. Like their PR is still like, it's just and then on top of all that, they blacked out Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
And peak priced like everything else, no matter if it was busy or not. Movies that have been out for weeks.
Yep.
So
Just a desperate like claw to try to get anything
Skyscraper. Peak price at noon on Wednesday. What?
So yeah. Goodbye, Movie Pass.
Yep, it's been real. I really enjoyed having Movie
I
Pass.
did too.
they can. I used it for 4 movies.
I got my money's worth.
I did too.
Should I just cancel mine now, or?
I'm thinking.
I mean,
I might.
If you're paying per month, just figure out when your pay date is and
Cancel it that last day.
cancel it that last day.
Yeah.
I might try to use it to
Might
see
try and use it this week.
Teen Titans go to the movies and
Yep.
then cancel it.
One last ride.
A movie that's
Um,
worth it.
So are we gonna get the AMC
No.
equivalent?
No, I'm not going to that theater.
I
like that theater.
The one thing that they seemed to accomplish was that AMC was more or less forced to come out with their subscription service that was tied into their premium membership deal anyways.
Yeah.
But it's still a good deal if you live near an AMC.
It's a good
I mean,
rate.
I'm kind of disappointed that
That price is going to go up, I bet.
Well, it can now.
yeah, it can, but the problem is I think it's priced right.
It's much more realistically priced than Movie Pass was.
Yeah. It's much more realistically priced, and because it's already tied into their membership program, I think they'll probably be like, yeah, we'll honor it for now and see where it goes. And
I have so many Regal points, though. I can just see free movies with those points.
yeah, I am a little disappointed Regal never had to counter with anything.
Hey, maybe they'll make one now because they just use Movie Pass. Maybe they'll
Yeah.
use it to go against AMC.
Yeah, if enough people start hopping over to AMC and they're losing business. Congratulations, Movie Pass. You did shake up the theater industry a little bit.
I do like the screens and the seats at that theater, but their service was just complete trash and garbage when I went there. They really made me.
I just don't like the layout. Well,
They've
I've
really
only been to
frustrated me.
the big Dolby theater.
Yeah,
Me
the
too.
Dolby Theater is
I don't like that layout.
like the first 3 rows and then a weird wall and then the rest of the seats. It's
it's like levels up.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how
Oh,
the small
yeah.
ones are too.
Okay. Well, interesting.
How?
Like it's great if you're in those higher up rows.
Yeah, I was in the higher up rows.
Like
when I went.
row 4 is great. Row 1 through 3 is weird and uncomfortable.
Also, I went and saw it. I went and saw Deadpool 2 at that theater. I saw it with Blake and Joel. Yeah, what up? And we were like trying to get tickets, and their app was like, it's sold out. We couldn't see any. And then we're like, oh, well, there's actually these 3 here. And we were like sat in the handicapped section. Me and Joel sat together, and then across the empty space was Blake. You know how full that theater was? Maybe like 10 out of 25 seats.
Oh gosh.
Absolute garbage service.
That's
So, and
unfortunate.
if they can improve that, I'll go more. But we live a mile away from a theater, so it's a
Yeah.
little more convenient.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies.
Oh, one last quick story. It ties in with our review this week.
Okay, good.
Mission Impossible
I was just trying
had
to
the best opening
off that.
weekend of the series.
Yeah.
Where did I have it here?
61.3.
61.5 domestic, 156 worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
So, good job, Fallout.
Yeah. Well deserved too.
Well
Yeah,
deserved.
did a great job.
Let's jump into that.
Yeah.
Non-spoilers. We're gonna keep non-spoilers for the podcast or
For the episode.
We'll do a spoiler review that will come out in a separate video tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow.
And it'll all be on the one podcast episode. I won't split those up.
Okay.
So
Deal.
if you're listening to that like, oh what? Don't worry about it. It'll be okay. Don't worry.
I mean,
calm down.
They would literally just see like right below the current episode one that was called spoiler review. They probably wouldn't worry that much.
I don't know. They might. Never know. I would worry.
Good to know, Luke.
What
All
if
right.
it doesn't work?
Mission Impossible Fallout time.
Someone talk about Fallout.
Well, they have a game coming out this fall. There's a Fallout game.
Got him.
You know who I want to start this discussion?
Chris?
Yes.
Chris, start the discussion.
What's up? I already told the people in the chat, but I didn't see Mission Impossible Fallout, so I'm just going to be hanging out here talking to people in the chat. So chat at me.
You can moderate.
Guys, this was such a good movie.
I'll raise you. I think I won't say my favorite of the year yet, but this is going to be one of the best movies of the year. I think this is one of the best action movies made in the past several years. The only one that I could honestly think that's better was Mad Max Fury Road. And if they're kind of honestly the same movie, except one's a car chase and one is just constant action throughout. Like
7-minute running montage.
that was so awesome. Like it's just like it's gonna elevate the genre even more.
Oh, for sure.
Can I give what I assume will be my review after I see it?
Sure.
I thought it was a great movie. Definitely a great action movie. Not necessarily my type of movie, but I mean, it was still fun. It was definitely a fun movie. I thought Simon Pegg really brought the comedy to it, which I thought was really important for this. I think it's the best Tom Cruise movie we've had in a while, and probably the best Mission Impossible movie, honestly.
So that is his review for the future.
Do you think that was an accurate review?
I don't know.
What if you
I
came
can't
out and
watch
you're
it.
just like, I hate it?
What did you think?
It was terrible.
What did you think of Rogue Nation?
Was that the one with the climbing up the building?
No.
Then Rogue Nation was not memorable.
Oh no.
I think Rogue Nation was my favorite one. Just because, like, in my opinion, if you take out the climbing of the building and Ghost Protocol, that movie isn't as good. Rogue Nation was just insanity. Like, I felt like it was Fallout, but they just, like, were a little more conservative.
Yeah.
And also they introduced the Syndicate in that movie. Which,
I like that it's like
That's
the first
actual
proper
sequel.
sequel.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's able to raise the stakes in a way that the others weren't.
mm-hmm.
But man, Mission Impossible 2.
There's there's references to Mission Impossible 2 in this movie.
Were there doves?
No.
Thank goodness.
I guess I won't talk about that. I don't know if that's a spoiler or not. But I'm falling in love with Christian McQuarrie. I think he's gonna be just a legendary director and writer.
He's good.
Like, he wrote parts, I guess, of Edge of Tomorrow too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did he write Rogue Nation?
That I'm not sure about.
I don't know if he wrote that one, but he wrote this one. And he directed Rogue Nation and directed this one. It's so, like, surgical to me, like, what he does. Like, I feel like everything has a purpose in the movie he's doing.
You know what's hilarious? They started filming this movie with a 33-page script. Very intentionally, because they went about the movie the same way the characters go about solving a problem. I'm going to figure it out. They just had to figure it out. And part of that, I mean, they fleshed out a little more when Tom Cruise broke his foot. Because
We're like,
they had
we got time.
They had some time to flesh some things out. But yeah, like, I saw an interview with him about just the filming process, and he's like, yeah, we went in, we had some very clear ideas on what we wanted to do set piece wise, and where we wanted to go from A to B. We were like, how do we make how do we get there? And so they were kind of moving on the fly, which I thought was really cool.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
It worked really well for this movie, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, because they were like, we're not sure if we're going to be able to get Paris for the whole car chase scene, you know?
That scene is so long, too,
And
which I really appreciated.
so
That was really
good.
cool.
One of the reasons I like to compare it to Mad Max Fury Road a bit is it's just giant action scenes throughout the movie, and then, all right, here, he can rest for a bit right
Yeah.
here.
All right,
But
get
then
ready.
it turns out you're still in the same action scene. I'm
Mhm.
kind of talking about Act 2 right now. Because, like, it's
Man.
like multiple chase scenes with just like a, okay, here we go again.
Yeah.
It was legit hard for me to figure out where each act began and ended. 2 to 3 I thought was fairly easy, but like
Yeah,
I didn't
different
know where
country.
Act 1 and Act 2
Yeah.
because
Which,
they did
yeah.
that.
And,
There's not a huge break.
No. Now that I've thought about it, I think I know, but
yeah.
in the moment I'm just like, wait a second, are we?
Are we in Act
It's
2 right now?
seamless.
I was out of breath in this movie.
Oh
And not just
my
because Tom
gosh.
Cruise runs a bunch. Like, Hunter. Like, the way I described it in my tweet, I think, was exhaustingly fun.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, wow, that's incredible. But you're like constantly holding your breath because of the stuff that they do in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's real.
Yeah.
They jump out of a plane for real in this movie.
Oh, that was such a good scene.
That scene is
One-
dope.
Shot. Skydiving. Are you kidding me? Like, what? I don't. Props to that camera man who did that.
Props to like everything for every action scene in the movie, though. Like, some of the stuff they pull off is so ridiculous.
And I'd say there's only one part in this movie where I was like, that looked fake. And it's in the trailer, so I'll say it's when Tom Cruise hits a car and he rolls.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the only
Yeah.
thing where I went, but it didn't like hurt the movie at all.
No.
But like, if you want to watch the featurette for like the Halo jump and the helicopter stuff,
It doesn't take anything out of the movie
Uh-uh.
seeing that beforehand. In fact, I think
No.
it makes it more impressive.
because
Well-
like Tom Cruise learned how to fly a helicopter for this movie.
That's what was so like so crazy to me. Like had I not watched that featurette, because you had sent it to me,
Mm-hmm.
like I would have been like, they got somebody else to do it. But like knowing that Tom Cruise really flew that helicopter, the whole scene I was like, oh, he's gonna wreck. Oh, please don't wreck. Please don't wreck. Like, could you imagine like being his agent
Oh,
while he's
gosh.
doing that scene? Like that dude was probably in shambles. Like, oh, please don't wreck. Please don't wreck. Please don't wreck. This guy's my ticket. Please don't wreck. Please don't wreck. Like,
Especially-
I would be freaking out.
And what if this is like after he broke his ankle?
Probably was.
Do you think he was like limping from pain in that scene?
No, because I'm pretty sure I saw the behind the scenes and he was just like after he did it because he knew right away.
Well, no, I mean like when they shot it again.
Oh,
When he actually makes the jump, do you think he's limping from like real pain, or do you think he was limping just?
as a
just like-
reference because everybody knows he
Yeah.
broke his
Probably
ankle
just a
there.
reference because I'm pretty sure that's a different take.
Yeah.
They used the take where he actually broke his foot in all the trailers.
Yeah.
But I noticed they didn't use the shot in the actual movie.
Mm-hmm.
Tear.
Gosh, that would just. I'd be so scared to be his agent.
I just gotta shout out the soundtrack to this movie. I love this soundtrack.
The sound engineering in total, including the soundtrack, I
Yeah.
thought was very interesting because there were moments. I need to rewatch it because there's moments where there's no sound other than the music, and then there's moments where there's no music and it's just the SFX ambient noise. And I was trying to figure out like why.
I think I know why, because like one of those scenes is a fighting scene and it just hurts more when
Yeah.
there's no music. Like you feel the punches. At least I did.
Mm-hmm.
But like then there's scenes like before the beginning of the Act 2 big action scene where it's like you just see cars driving around and it's building up to it and it's just the Mission Impossible theme with this percussion and you're just like, oh man, here we go. This is about to go down. And also if you make a soundtrack and you want it to be good, in my opinion, you got to stay away from pretty much what John Williams has done for the past 60 years or how long he's been doing it. Like, I feel like that's been done. I feel like nobody uses piano, and Michael Giacchino is one of those guys who does use it.
Yeah.
War for the Planet of the Apes soundtrack, he did it, and then the dude used it in this one, and also if you can incorporate percussion well into your soundtrack, you got me hooked. I was a drummer, so like there's a part where it's just percussion. Man of Steel did it too, where it's just heavy drums, loud, but then there's also just drums I was like, ooh, I like this a lot.
So we're talking a lot about the action scenes, and my shout out, you already shouted out the director. Rob Hardy is the cinematographer on this, and what a good job of keeping everything in focus. And what I mean,
Shaky cam.
it's not shaky cam. Everything is, you can easily track what's happening in a scene, the entire length of the scene. You know where people are.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so well shot.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like I've been talking a lot. Do you have
Oh, it's
anything?
okay. No, you guys are good.
I don't have any opinions.
Yeah, I was looking at Tyler. I was honestly. But now I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, with just the fighting, they kind of got out of hand with Tom Cruise's fighting in Mission Impossible 2. He is a full ninja.
Yeah.
In this one, he kind of just gets by just enough with basic fighting skill, which is something I really like. He's more of a plotter, and you kind of get that through all the Mission Impossible movies. In the Angela Bassett even says it, you use a scalpel, I use a hammer.
Yeah.
He's really finesse. He sneaks in with in 1 and 3 and 2, but there's lots of masks.
Yeah.
And stuff. It's more sneaking in and doing stuff, where Henry Cavill is more of the hammer and he's fighting. But the bathroom fight scene,
He gets the crap kicked out of him in that scene.
so does Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going against somebody that really knows how to fight, and I was like, you know what, I believe that.
Yeah.
They're getting their butts handed to them. I love that fight scene so much.
I did not see that scene ending how it did, though.
Oh,
I did not see that coming, but I loved it.
yes.
Yeah, it was good.
Did you guys have a favorite stunt or fight? I guess my favorite stunt was probably the Halo jump.
That was a good stunt.
That was so sick.
It's not a single stunt. I really enjoyed the motorcycle chase around Paris.
Yeah. And when he drives through the Arc de Triomphe,
Yeah.
I've been there and I was like, ooh, no, don't go in there, you're dead.
Going backwards.
But he's the main character, so I don't know why I was worried.
Right.
I really liked the bathroom scene.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought it was really well shot. I thought it was interesting. It introduced a character. It turned the movie in a completely different direction than I thought it was going to go. It did a lot of crazy things, and I just thought that was so cool.
It was a great setup for the
rest
act.
for the rest of
Yeah.
the movie.
Mhm.
I mean, it kind of drove the story from there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems as the movie starts, you're like, well, this is your pretty standard action movie, and then it immediately takes a left turn and it just goes off the walls,
Mhm.
and it's awesome.
Yeah. My other favorite fight scene is a spoiler, so I will be very vague about it, but it's the one at the end that does not involve Tom Cruise.
I think I know which one you're talking about,
Mhm.
but I won't say.
Because Tom Cruise is dead.
What? No.
I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
Okay, good.
That scene's awesome.
Yeah,
It's really good.
right?
Also, really nice that it doesn't have Tom Cruise in it.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think about did this movie feel long?
Yes. And that's my one, could it have been 15 minutes shorter? Probably.
Because I didn't know this movie's 2 hours and 27 minutes long, and I didn't know that. and when it finished, I was like, that.
It's-
I didn't think it felt long. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
what?
I thought it felt short until the end, and I felt like it kind of drug out a little bit.
Mm.
But everything else, I was like, I mean, it was happening
Like,
very quickly.
The pacing in this movie was just like pedal to the metal.
I did
like-
not know it was that long.
Yeah, and it ended, and I was like, I really have to go to the bathroom, which usually I don't. And then like I got it on IMDb, and it was like 2 hours and 27 minutes. I was like, what?
See, I knew that going in. I think if I
Yeah.
hadn't known, I probably
Mhm.
would have been. But I went at like 10 o'clock at night, so I was
Oh,
Every
like,
movie feels long.
do I
that
go to
late.
the 10 or 10:30? Oh shoot! Well, I definitely don't want to go to 10:30.
Luke and I went to the 6:40,
yeah.
and I was like, we'll get out around, I don't know, 9. And the movie ended, and it's like 9:55, and I was like, what the heck? Like, no way.
Had a whole night planned.
Because every Mission Impossible movie has ended around 2 hours, like
Mm-hmm.
on the dot. And so when I looked at my phone, I was like, what?
I think the longest one previously was 2:12.
Yeah, they're all pretty.
Ghost Protocol,
Yeah.
maybe. I'm probably wrong.
I'm not.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's my maybe my one knock is that I thought it felt a little long. What I will say for that length though is that they included some great stuff in there, some great character development that I wasn't expecting,
I know.
especially for Ethan's character near the end in the third act.
I really appreciated what they did with Ethan Hunt and Luther. The only two people that have been in every single movie.
Yeah,
And I just felt like what they did with their relationship was like, I believe that.
yeah. I thought Luther was probably one of the weaker characters to me, other than when he's talking to.
I was gonna say he has the most emotional
He
scene in the
does.
entire movie.
Yeah, he has two scenes with secondary characters that I thought were perfect, and like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my goodness, they delivered such good emotion and character development that it's worth the not so good parts of Luther being in there, but
And I think a lot of that might just because he's a less experienced actor. Like, I don't know what else Ving Rhames is in except for Mission Impossible.
well, and
But that, I don't know.
he's playing fourth string
Yeah.
to Tom Cruise and Rebecca Ferguson and Simon Pegg
And Henry Cavill.
and Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
so fifth string. So he doesn't have that much action, which again is fine. He's the
tech guy.
He's the tech guy, but he just doesn't do much outside of. There's the scene at the beginning. I guess I also really liked it. He
Mhm.
did really well. Yeah, second act he was just kind of there, but that's to be expected when you have
More
six
than-
main characters.
More than Ghost Protocol,
Yeah,
where he's in the last scene.
right.
Um,
How did you guys feel about Ilsa, Rebecca Ferguson's character coming back?
dude, I love her character.
I like her a lot too.
And I feel so bad for her character too, just like all the stuff she's been through, and she just can't win.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually probably my favorite character. Like, I loved her in Rogue Nation.
Yeah.
I really want her to get a superhero role. So
Ooh, I'd be down for that.
I think she'd be a really good Catwoman. It's harder for me to cast the Marvel movies. Mystique. I don't know. The new Mystique. There's just so many less roles. And I don't know it as well. Sorry.
Going down the
people.
rabbit hole.
Sorry. Okay.
Any
yeah.
other thoughts on Fallout?
I was really impressed with Henry Cavill's performance.
I was gonna
as
say, are we
well.
gonna talk about him or
And he rocked that mustache.
he did?
Yes, he did.
It may have hurt Justice League a lot, but
But
I think it was worth it.
It helped Mission Impossible. So that was the first movie I've seen Henry Cavill in that isn't him playing Superman.
You should watch Man from U.N.C.L.E.
That's what I
Oh,
hear.
yeah, that's good.
That's what I hear.
Yeah,
but
that's a good one.
it is so weird to me, and this does not impact how I felt about him in the movie, but it is so weird to me to hear Henry Cavill cuss.
Yeah.
It is so strange. Like, I couldn't, like, he cussed, and I was like, what?
That's Superman. You would say that.
Go back to Kansas. It's just so weird. Like, I don't know. It doesn't take away from his character, though. I thought it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
His role was great.
He was
in the
probably my second favorite person after Rebecca Ferguson's character.
He was. I don't want to get into. He was my favorite character, but I don't want to get into why until spoilers.
I kind of also feel bad for Rebecca Ferguson because like she's not a huge lead in this, so like I would have liked to seen more with her, but what I got with her I thought was just a really like single story in the movie.
Yeah,
that I really drove her character forward, and I like that.
Absolutely.
agreed.
So should we give our ratings
Yes.
before moving on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely, this is a booyah.
Yeah.
Booyah.
I'd say booyah mostly because my little brother and little sister who have not seen a single Mission Impossible movie came out of that theater amped up. Luke sat next to my sister. He could probably tell you more, but she was going nuts the whole movie, I think.
A lot of time I was just laughing because she was having such an awesome time, and I love watching with movies with people and they're enjoying it.
Yeah, she had a blast. She loved it. She actually watched Rogue Nation today, and she's like, "It was good, but the new one's way better." And I was like,
Listen, the Mission Impossible movies before this, I think they're a lot of fun. Maybe they could be great. This one is just like, boom, it's like way above the other ones in my opinion.
"Okay, I thought I heard that." But yeah, I had to say booyah. Just one for my enjoyment, I loved it, but two for my brother and sister who had never seen a Mission Impossible, and they were just loving every second of it.
And like, I don't know where it's gonna be in my list of like my top 10 or whatever of the year, but it will probably
It's
right
up
now
there.
it's in my top 3. I can tell you.
Yeah,
that.
it'll
Yeah.
be pretty high up for me.
Yeah, agreed. I think
Expectations are set.
Yeah,
Chris.
we're hyping it up maybe too much for
I'm,
Chris.
I'm excited.
No, my final thought on Fallout is that I think it's the new action series that's more or less replacing James Bond.
I can see that.
It's the marriage of the James Bond spy action movie with the like awesome vehicle stuff that Fast and Furious does.
Yeah. Also, lots of people right now are like, "Oh, Henry Cavill should be James Bond." That means he would have been in the spy movie Man for Uncle, the spy movie Mission Impossible, and then if he could get in, he should get him Kingsman 3 too.
He would be a very interesting Bond.
He'd be a huge Bond.
He would be huge.
I actually, wait, people are really saying that?
Yeah, I don't think they will. I think it'll either be Idris Elba or it'll be a girl.
Yeah.
That's really funny because at lunch on Saturday I said Henry Cavill would be an awesome James Bond,
I think he would be great.
but I didn't know that was actually like people were talking about that.
Mhm.
That's yes.
It's a real thing.
Sorry, I feel reinforced. Psychology 101. Positive reinforcement.
Well, if we're done with our reviews, you know what that means.
Oh, wait.
No. It's happening. You can't stop it.
You can't stop
Hit it again
this.
just for good measure.
Our listeners
One
just
more
heard the
time.
air horn.
Well, this one's better.
I'm hitting it again.
Okay.
Air horns galore right now. I'm
So many
loving
air
this.
horns.
I like mine.
So, just a heads up, if you sent a question in last week and it didn't get answered, that is because my phone is on the fritz and I have not been getting notifications, so I apologize. It happened to us in our group chat today. You guys had a full-on conversation to a question that I asked. I didn't see any of it because my phone is not letting me know when things are happening. The only notification thing that works is my messages. So if you need to get a hold of me, text me.
We need to get you a little computer.
I know. I should have brought Dana's, but I didn't. So that's on me. Okay, so we're going to go back to last week and answer a few questions. Does that work for everybody?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it.
All right. So the first question is from LZ, which is Logan, at The Last Samurai. What is the best / your favorite wedding-related episode of a TV show? # wedding season.
Okay, I'm going first because I don't want anybody to take mine. The episode from Parks and Rec where Andy and April invite everybody over for a party, but it turns out they're getting married. That one is the best.
That one's pretty great. The Brooklyn Nine-Nine wedding was it's pretty great because I just love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's the best comedy currently on TV.
I'll be morbid and say the Red Wedding. Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
Because it raises the stakes, changes the game, and I love that. And because I couldn't think of anyone else.
That's fair. You guys took the good ones. Your two especially. I would have gone with yours. I can't think of a lot. The only other one I can think of right now is Leslie and Ben's wedding from Parks and Rec. That was so good.
Mm-hmm.
That was so good too. You got to see Ron punch Jam in the face. Ah.
Is Jam the DJ?
No.
Oh, okay.
Jam.
He's
Counselor.
Yeah,
City
Councilman
Council.
Jam.
Councilman Jam.
You've been jammed.
Okay.
I don't have it. I turned it off. I'm sorry. I have a jammed GIF, but it's not. Actually, you probably hear it right now. Oh no, that's a Twitter.
We're air horning it up right now.
I'm sorry. We're gonna lose all of our followers. I'm sorry. Anyways,
All right.
next
So
question.
our next question comes from @JTizall12, who will be appearing later, and he's joined the random question pool with Exum. So it's something about Oklahoma and random question. So this one is, what is your favorite dessert topping? Also applies to pancakes and waffles.
Frosting on a cake.
I'm just gonna go with caramel, pretty much anything, or caramel, or however you want to say it. I don't care how you say it; it still tastes good.
I don't even know if mine counts.
I would have to say brownie as a topping.
Brownie is a top,
So like
on
crumbled?
ice cream?
crumbling
Yeah.
brownie on.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, it's a dessert topping.
all right, I
Yeah.
guess.
I like cake on top of my cake. No.
Cake on cake on cake.
What's
I'm
yours?
just not a single topping guy. That's my problem.
Well, you are now. You got to pick one. Or we can cheat like I usually do. Well, my one would be all of these.
All of these things together. We'll go with chocolate syrup.
Classic. I can dig that.
You can put that on like
Good
anything.
standby.
Your
That on cheesecake. You can put
classic
that on
man.
ice cream.
Ugh, cheesecake is
You can put it
gross.
on waffles.
Tomatoes.
I don't eat tomatoes, so that's not a
I
problem.
ate cheesecake at your
Neither do
birthday.
I. I don't like
wanna
them.
hear it. I tried, Chris.
You
Don't give me that look.
Suffered through my birthday cheesecake.
Well, I ate one piece of the two I was given, then Luke ate the other. So thank you, Luke.
I'll eat cheesecake
Okay, so
if it's good.
JT also said something last week about, we were talking about Doctor Who as part of our SDCC episode, that they announced the new Doctor, and he said, you know who would make a great Doctor Who? Christopher Waltz. I don't know why I bring that up, but yeah. And I didn't know who that was, but I looked him up, and I could totally see him playing a doctor.
It's
from
like the
Doctor
bad
Who.
guy in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could totally see him playing a doctor in Doctor Who.
let him be a good guy for once.
He's going to be a good guy, it looks like, in Akita.
Yeah.
Unless there's a twist in that I don't know.
Dark twist. That'd be super dark.
I got to be honest, that movie looks terrible. And I'm being generous on that.
I thought the trailer we saw before Mission Impossible looked way better than the first trailer, though. But it still looks super weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be seeing that one.
No, I'm skipping that.
Yeah.
Especially since I won't have Movie Pass anymore. So
I agree. I think I'd enjoy a Christoph Waltz Doctor Who. Doctor.
Okay.
The Doctor.
So our next question comes from somebody very near and dear to our hearts, and that is Julie Zielke
Hi, Julie.
Hey, Julie.
Hey, Mom.
at JF Zielke. Are there any animal superheroes? If so, what are your favorites? I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
I'll take Crypto.
He's the first one to come to mind.
Crypto the
Clearly.
super dog. Mostly because I'm reading a Superman comic right now, and they're stranded on Dinosaur Island, and Crypto somehow ended up there with them, and he's just kicking dinosaurs' butts, and it's awesome. It's so
Nice.
ridiculous, but I love it.
There's also Lockjaw. From the
Inhumans.
Humans.
Mm-hmm.
He was probably one of the only good things about that. He did something for 2 seconds.
Yeah, because he can like teleport and stuff.
I have an honorable mention as well.
I'm gonna go with Rocket Raccoon.
Nice.
Ah!
Well done. What's the squirrel's name in the Green Lantern Corps?
Chip? I don't know.
That's not my honorable mention, but
Does Groot count as his
Are
animal?
the Rescue
Oh, he's a
Rangers
tree.
superheroes?
Is Squirrel Girl an animal?
Here.
Darkwing Duck.
I was gonna say Bat.
Howard the Duck.
I was gonna say Bat Cow.
All right, I'm just
Bat Cow is a
googling
thing.
animal superheroes.
Spider-Ham.
Streaky the Super Cat. That's Supergirl's. Detective Chimp. He's in.
Oh yeah, Detective Chimp.
He's in Metal. Captain Carrot, who's a rabbit.
Yeah, Captain Carrot and the what's his team called?
I don't know.
One of my coworkers talks about Captain Carrot all the time.
Alley Cat Abra. Solivar.
Oh.
There's a lot of Sonic characters on here.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Knuckles the
I don't recognize any other
Echidna.
ones.
what?
Beppo? Who's
Yeah, Echidna.
Beppo? Looks like a monkey.
I like Detective Chimp.
So there are quite a few animal superheroes, but they're not the most well-known most of the time. Probably the most well-known currently is Rocket because of Guardians of the Galaxy, followed by Crypto. The
Saw some-
Superdog.
Saw some dope crypto cosplay at Wizard World. Oh, such a cute little doggy.
Could
What's the next question?
could Beast Boy passes?
I mean, Beast Boy is all of the animals.
Plus, he's a person who turns into animals.
Okay. All right. Well, next question comes from Ian Deckard, pronounced E-N.
Every time.
Well, So, his question is, okay, I've been quiet for a change. So here's my divisive question. Impossible try something new option.
Ooh.
WTF cast. Why don't you talk Doctor Who? I grew up watching it on the BBC on a whopping 13-inch TV. That was big for back then. Are you too cool to Who? Winky face.
So I've watched, I think, the first 2 seasons since the reboot, and I definitely see why people like it so much. But it just hasn't necessarily been my cup of tea. But I mean, I'll give it another shot.
Little backstory. So, Ian came into my office today and was like, I tweeted this out as I was listening to last week's podcast, and we mentioned Doctor Who like minutes after he tweeted that,
Ha.
and he just thought that was funny.
I was wondering, because when I read the question, I was like,
So now that we
Did this-
just had another Doctor Who question,
Yeah.
I just think that's
Doctor Who is
So we
slowly
have
creeping in.
Been talking about Doctor Who.
A little bit.
a little bit.
Loosely.
For me, one reason I don't watch it is because I just don't have an interest in it. But I haven't watched in it, so maybe that could change if I did. Also, I don't know where to watch it.
Yeah, I don't know
So-
how to watch it.
I think it's on. Ooh. It
It's
used
on
to be
one
on.
of them.
It used to be on Netflix because that's where Stephanie watched it, and I saw a number of episodes.
Also, like, would I start with the new reboot or would I
Start-
start with the girl?
Start with either the new reboot or Matt Smith,
Okay.
which I think is the second new Doctor.
Yes.
Most of my Doctor Hugh
Doctor Hugh.
Grant, Doctor Who exposure comes from when I see, what's his name? Malcolm Merlin talk about being Captain Jack Harkness.
So, yeah, I was going to mention that.
That's all I know.
So, Luke and I have gone to a few Comic Cons together. JT actually went to one of them with us, and Lepke. And Doctor Who is always there in like full force. Like, there's so many people who are super into Doctor Who. So I've always been curious about it. I've just never. I'm kind of with Luke. I don't know where to watch it. I don't know where I would find it. Also, I'm really bad at watching TV shows. So
That is another thing. I watch a bunch of shows.
I feel like it'd be a really daunting task for me. But I would be. I mean, if I had a means to watch it, I'd give it a shot as a try something new. Absolutely. So maybe in our next try something new, we will do,
We'll all have to try it.
or we could do where we tweet it out and he can refer, like, say one of us should watch it.
Okay.
Oh.
And it can't be Brett because you know Brett.
Next question.
Yes.
Some dude named Brett Eitzen tweeted and tagged us. I don't know. We'll move on. His question's stupid. Blake at Real Blake Bye said, "Am I allowed to share a picture with everyone of Luke in cowboy boots?"
Sure. I don't
We
care.
we said yes, but he never did it.
Step
Follow through.
Step
Do
up
what you
your
want, Blake.
game.
It's free country. America.
All right, moving on. Josh Taylor is back again
What?
at JTizall12. What is your favorite
Back
rom-com and sports car? Weird combo, but I like it.
Is that phrased in such a way that the rom-com has to be a sports car?
What is your favorite romantic comedy and sports car?
Okay.
Favorite rom-com.
I thought you would have yours right away.
Well, I don't know which one to pick. Can I say all of mine?
You can say two of them.
Can I say 3 of them?
No, two.
I'm saying 3.
Two.
Princess Bride.
One of yours might be one of mine.
That doesn't count.
It's
Um,
romantic and it's a comedy.
Groundhog Day.
Fine.
And Deadpool.
Also
Okay,
doesn't
you
count.
You didn't take mine.
I'd count
I
Deadpool.
don't watch rom-coms.
Oh, he's too cool for rom-coms.
Nope, I just don't. I
You've
just
never
don't.
seen Groundhog Day?
Or
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Or 10 Things I Hate About You.
I've never seen that.
I have seen all of those movies.
The
Groundhog
Proposal?
Day is good, but not for the rom-com
I'll do
aspects of
another
it.
one. You go ahead and say yours.
Tyler and I are going to get in a fight because,
No, I have another one. That was my second one.
or we're just going to become best friends because we both like
We can
10
watch rom-coms together
10
and
Things
eat
I Hate
ice
About
cream.
You.
Mine would be 50 First Dates.
All right.
I thought that would be Luke's because it has a penguin in it.
Man.
Penguins are my favorite animal. Doesn't mean I have to like. That has to be my favorite thing.
Hey,
Adam Sandler is really popping up in this episode.
he is. He's here in full force. Okay, our next question. Oh, sports cars. What's your favorite sports car? Are you looking at your movies to see if you have a rom-com?
I literally don't think I have a rom-com up there.
Sounds like you just stroked out for a second.
I don't know anything about cars. I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's classified as a sports car, but my favorite car my entire life has always been a Lexus IS 300. I can't tell you why. Maybe because it was in a video game and I really liked it. I don't know. But I've always wanted one. And I think they're nice looking cars.
I like Mustangs. I don't know enough about cars either.
Ever since I was little, I always liked the Mercedes SLR McLaren. It's just a real pretty car. And now that I am a grown man and care about the environment, I'd drive a Tesla if I could.
I'm gonna go with the Ferrari because I know that name.
But like, which one?
Which one?
A red one.
Enzo.
I don't know.
Just say an Enzo.
No.
Does
Ferrari Enzo, man.
does The Revenant count as a rom-com?
Yes, because he loves that bear.
He loves it so much he brings it with him.
What about Psycho? The movie's kind of funny, and he loves his mom.
Wow.
Different way.
All right.
Okay, next question comes to us from at Shorts King Joel, which is Joel Allen.
So many questions.
Thoughts on the...
Going crazy.
This is hard to say. Thoughts on the movie...
I think he's missing some letters. Movie Passocalypse.
Yeah, I think that's what he was going for, but it turned into movie Papocalypse.
I refer you back to our news section.
Yeah, we already talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it, but I want to read the tweet that that is part of it because it's really funny.
That he quoted.
It says he quoted this tweet and it says, "Complaining about Movie Pass is like robbing a bank and complaining there isn't more money in the vault." And then somebody responded to that saying, "No, it's like paying $100 for an all-you-can-eat buffet and then walking in to see there is no food left on the table." So that
Just
is
depends on the kind
fantastic.
of customer you were, really. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is in our news section, so you get your answer earlier than everyone else if you're listening late. Last question.
Quick answer, we're probably going to cancel.
Yeah, we're probably going to cancel.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to cancel. I just don't know when.
I never got it, so
Our next question is from at EXM, which is Eric Exum. And it's not a random question this time. It's pretty good. How hype are you guys for the Meg? Hashtag punch the shark.
What's the countdown?
It comes out August 8th.
Right, 10 days away?
Yeah, next weekend.
That's Wednesday, so it's probably the
10th.
9th or 10th.
10th. Let's see. If I was on the hype train, figuratively, I'm currently working the horn, trying to get people on it. Like, hey, there's a train over here. Come jump on. That's where I'm at. I'm whoop, whoop,
I would say
jump on the Meg train.
my hype has exceeded the train, so much so that I got Netflix to put Deep Blue Sea on there because that is now on Netflix. And I almost watched it the other night.
I'm a content passenger in the train.
I'm
But you're on the train.
I'm on the train, but
So-
I'm not going around on street corners handing out tracks.
I'm like at the station considering buying a ticket for the train. I'm not super hyped for it.
That's okay. Luke and I will come grab you and throw you on the train anyways. You can sit in the luggage area.
Sharknado 6.
You can sit by me.
The last Sharknado.
The last Sharknado.
The poster for that came out today.
It's about time.
Yeah. And it has dinosaurs on it.
Yeah.
What?
Because it's
Exactly.
the last Sharknado. It's about time. It's a time travel movie.
About sharks and tornadoes combining.
It's awesome. I haven't seen any of those.
Me either.
So, Sharknado 6. The last Sharknado. It's about time. I'm more hyped for that than the Meg.
All right, then. That is the end of Twitter with Tyler.
My mom sent a question in the chat,
Ooh.
so we have one more.
Yes, we have one question via text message.
Oh, that was text?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not in the chat. What do the stickers mean on mine and Luke's computers?
Oh.
My mom texted you?
Yeah.
Mom?
Me and Julie are tight.
Confused.
So for the stickers, this one here is an Oculus sticker for Oculus Rift, which is a VR headset that I have.
Which I need to come by and play this week.
And this one here is MXL, which is the brand of all of our microphones. And this one here is Soylent, which is a nutrition drink that I drink. And Luke has a lot more stickers than me.
I do. This one, I can't see it. This one is Wakanda. It's from Black Panther. This one's from Justice League. It's kind of based off the movie. They all kind of have jokes on it. Like the one in the middle is Superman, but it says dead underneath it because he was dead at the beginning of that movie. So it's kind of funny. This one down here, this is from a rap album called Indie Jones, and he looks like Heisenberg. So that's what. It's a great album. Look it up. Vote no to superhuman registration. It's from Captain America Civil War, the comic book, not the movie. That's actually my favorite one. I like that one because it looks political, but it's actually not. Humble Beast is a ministry record label. If you go to humblebeast.com, all their music is free. And they're really good. My favorite
Nice.
band is actually from that. They're called Beautiful Eulogy.
Yeah. They're real good.
They're a hip hop group, and I call their genre actually emotional bangers. That's what I call them.
Accurate description.
Because they go hard, but they kind of hit your heart.
I've listened to a few songs. They're pretty good.
They're amazing. Do I have any more? I also have a Punisher one that doesn't fit on there. That's it.
All right, that's all the questions.
I don't have any
now.
stickers.
Neither. What do we have on here? What do we
A
have?
bunch of buttons.
Some buttons.
We have this button.
No. Open the air horn again.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
For Tyler.
that should not be next to me. The more buttons you add to that thing, the more buttons I'm going to press
I know.
throughout these
I'm just
episodes.
gonna bury them in folders so you can't find them.
Well,
Where can they find us, Chris?
I'm Twitterless Chris. You can find these guys at these places. For those of you on the podcast listening,
Luke is my name. You can find me at theboywanda, THE_BOI_WUNDA.
You can find me at Tyler_19_Davis.
You can find me at BRIghton.
and you can find us at What the Fanboy on all the social medias, except for Facebook.
All right.
And that is it for this week.
Tune in to our spoiler
Yes.
thing.
For Mission
Mission
Spoiler
Impossible.
thing. We're doing a video for the spoilers for Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yes.
That will be out this week.
It will not be live. So,
Look for that on Tuesday.
yay.
Tomorrow.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Oh my goodness. Wait.